It's done.
I know, but I keep coming up with all these cool other character classes.
But that's for the sequel. Right now, we're actually really excited to get started in on Upsilon Circuit.
Yeah, our new game is super exciting.
Yeah, I was looking into that a little, but I didn't, I guess, read too much because I figured I'd just be able to ask you two about it. So
that's good, actually, because a lot of the people who reported on it got something wrong. Each of them got something different wrong. It's like
standard reporting stuff. And plus, it's like very difficult concept to try to get across.
So, what's the deal?
Okay.
Yeah.
I try to remember how to get the idea across.
Well, the inspiration is usually how we start.
Right,
basically,
so this is the inspiration. We really enjoy watching people play Legend of Dungeon. It's just it's a lot of fun for us.
Not just because we made the game, but just because it's a fun game to watch.
It is. It really is.
Seeing somebody go through all these struggles and things like that. That's one half of the inspiration. Is that it was fun to watch Legend of Dungeon. The other half of it is that we've been thinking a lot about permadeath, obviously, because we've been, Legend of Dungeon is permadeath, it's roguelike. We've just been trying to figure out how to get more.
Like, not just permadeath, but like one of the things about permadeath that we're really like is that it's consequence for your action in a video game.
Yeah.
It's this
deep and meaningful consequence.
Cause and effect and all of these very interesting things that are human even. It's just usually you can't portray in a game actual loss.
Yeah.
Because, even with Legend of Dungeon, yeah, you lose your character, but you can always play again. You can always try again. There's more chances. You're always given extra chances. And so we wanted to make a game that didn't give you an extra chance.
Right. Real permadeath.
We're
calling it permadeath.
Yeah.
Just because that's hilarious. So the idea is that it's a online multiplayer action RPG.
On a single server.
On a single server, and 8 players connect at a time.
Only 8 players get to play at a time.
Right. So ever, yes. Which is not entirely true, but more or less to get the idea across.
Yeah.
Is good enough.
Fair enough.
So each of these players, they automatically stream out while they're playing. Through some cool network trickery that I'm going to be doing, they broadcast out to a watcher client, so that everybody can watch these 8 players journeying through this giant dungeon with this big story to it and huge game, huge puzzle, the whole big game. And the thing is that when one of these players die, they're done. They can't come back to life.
Their corpse is there, all their stuff is left in the dungeon.
And someone else from the Watcher list
gets to play.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the other thing that we're doing, which I think is going to be really fun, is as you're watching, you watch one of the people playing, and instead of that person playing getting experience points and things like that, what happens is everybody watching gets the experience points.
Oh snap! That's awesome.
And they use that
to
is
awesome.
Level up the player and choose its class kind of.
Right, they push
elements.
Down a particular skill tree, that kind of thing. So that action is always happening on the screen. You're always watching action, and the
people watching are actually
leveling you up and doing the finer details of an RPG.
That's so awesome.
We're hoping that the story, because the story is going to kind of be told in little fragments that are going to have to be put together and figured out. So we're hoping there's like an over puzzle kind of thing that'll happen.
Is the story going to be kind of procedurally mixed together, or is it going to be the same story every time?
It's only going to be told once.
Okay.
There is only
one story, one instance of the game. So it's not. It should take. We're hoping that it will take like a year at least a year,
before everything comes together and it's reaches its final stage.
Right.
Basically.
What happens when that year is over is going to be heavily determined by how people play the game.
I personally, because I'm definitely like the one that's the most excited about this whole permadeath sort of thing, I want it to be possible for people to make a selection of decisions that ultimately lead to when the game is over, when they actually end the game, it doesn't come back.
Right.
That is it for the game. You will never be able to play it again. Anyone, ever. So like, the game itself has permadeath.
Oh wow! So it's gonna be is it gonna have a different story and start over in a completely different way, or is it only gonna exist once and that's it?
Only exists once and that's it.
So far, the idea is only exist once and that's it. But if it's really popular and we have a ton of fun with it, we might do like a second.
Like a sequel or something
like a second season, sort of, I guess.
Because it's more like a television show, more like a game show than anything, actually.
Yeah, it's like this weird mixture, because we have this like kind of live studio audience sort of thing that happens in it.
And contestants.
And we're actually going to have a host.
Have a game show host.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Kind of like a combination of Ronald Reagan and
Okay, that'll be very interesting.
Yeah, the only thing we're saying about the story is that it begins with Manhattan disappearing in the 80s. That's all we're saying.
Interesting.
That is the slight amount of information that you will get about how the world itself is.
That's really, really cool.
We're excited. It's also really terrifying.
It's our biggest endeavor yet. And like hiring people on full time to work on it and stuff, and it's really super scary for us. But
we have an artist, and our friend who did the music for Legend of Dungeon is going to do the music again. So it's not like we're like turning it into a huge production, but even just
for us, that's a huge production.
Being responsible for like one person's livelihood is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like we were living in a treehouse, and suddenly we're gonna try to make sure this other person has like food and a house to live in.